Okay, we're getting out of the office for this one. So EMEET sent me the EMEET AirFlow, which is this guy right here on my ear. These are probably the most comfortable earphones that I've ever owned. I've now actually turned these into my gaming earphones because I can put them on. The battery lasts up to 8 hours. Usually I don't game that long, and I don't have something crammed into my ear canal, making it all uncomfortable. So this one actually just rests over top of your ear, and you just actually forget it's there. They're super lightweight, and the noise canceling on them is great as far as the microphone. So right now I'm actually speaking without a microphone boom on, but we're gonna switch that up here in a second just to see if you guys can hear a difference. So let's take a look at that. Okay, we got the boom connected now, and everything packs away really nice in the little case here, but we'll get into that a little bit later. We'll do the unboxing part so you guys can see everything that you get in the box. But this will actually charge them to the USB-C. Very convenient, and it's pretty compact, so you can just slide it into your pocket and not have to worry. We're actually just at the park today. It actually is quite windy. We're actually gonna go to a more open spot so we can see how well the noise canceling works and show it off for you guys. And then after that, we're gonna hop onto one of the busier streets around here. It's basically rush hour. So we're really gonna put it to the test and see how well the noise canceling works. I've only really used these inside, and then out in the yard when I was doing some yard work, I was just listening to some tunes. So we're gonna put it all together and kind of show off what this thing can do for you. All right, the wind is howling. Look at this, windy. Show the hair. Windy, windy. So we're out in a big, pretty open space here. We're walking out of the trees now, and as soon as we got out of that tree line, it really started picking up. So the reason why I'm putting all this together is to show you that it's not just something that you can use in your office. You can take this on the go, and you can do, you know, everyday chores. You could drive in your car with the windows down. You can use them in the office, whatever you need to do. So this is where we are now. This is Gage Park in Hamilton, Ontario. It's a beautiful park. So if you're ever in the area, swing down. They got a nice greenhouse and playground, and you got rose bushes, rose garden. It's great. It's nice. You have the gist of it now. You can hear, you know, how well it's doing, even with all the wind that's going on. The next step is we're gonna hit the streets and see how well it does with car noise. So we'll be back in a minute. We're on the street now. Of course, the traffic died down a bit. We are protected by the buildings that are next to us, so you're not gonna really hear any of the wind that we were hearing earlier. We should have some cars coming up here soon. Just give you guys a better idea for some noisier traffic, just with the cars, buses, and all that stuff we should buy. So I'm gonna try to just keep talking as they all go by me, so you guys can hear how well the noise canceling works with these cars. I think it's actually not that loud at all right now, so that's pretty good. But there you have it. That's what it sounds like with the noise canceling and the boom on. Okay, so the noise canceling did have a bit of a tricky time cutting out the noise from the cars and the wind at the same time. There was a lot going on. Didn't sound overly loud while we were on the sidewalk to me, but apparently it was louder than I thought. Even with the noises around us, I think it did a decent job at making the mic pull my voice clearly, at least clearly enough that we could still understand what I'm saying. So if you're having a conversation, the person on the other end can still make out what you're saying, even if it is a little windy or distorted from other sounds. I'm convinced any earphone with a mic would have a tricky time completely canceling out all noise around you. If you know of one, please share with us in the comments so I can look into it, and maybe we can even do a comparison video. Now, as promised, let's show off how the EMEET AirFlow will show up at your door when you order them. All right, let's take a look at what's in the box. First thing, this doesn't slide. This is a little magnetic flip top here. Inside, you have your little case. So this is your charge case. It charges with USB-C. Pop that open, and I already have this like synced and charged and all that stuff, so yours will look a little bit different. But here's your two earpieces, as you can see here. They're very nice. They're very comfortable. I actually have never worn anything as comfortable as these, but hey, maybe I'm just missing out. But I can definitely say they're comfortable. I've worn them for hours, and they just work. Here's your little, let's get this a little bit closer just so you can see all of it. This is your detachable little mic. The only thing I did find, it's a little tricky to get it out of the case. That could just be me. If there was a better way to get it out, then that'd be great. But yeah, this guy actually just pops right into here, like this. There we go. A little bit hard when you're looking through a camera. And then that's it, as you saw in the videos there. We can put that right back in there, put this back into this charger case, and dive into what else is in the box. All right, so you got a little tab here. Again, that's just me. I just flip it over. I can't be bothered. They give you a nice little case, so you can actually keep this and keep everything, you know, scratch free. So you can slide her in there, and away you go. You get your manual. Again, let's just dump this over. Let's get that out of the way. Here's your manual. Make sure you read through. Read through your manual. You know, tips, tricks. It's very short. It just shows you how to pair and on all that stuff. Get that out of here. And then here is your doodads. This is all the things that you need. So you actually have a dongle. You will plug this into your computer if you want to. I would suggest it. It gives you a nice strong signal. Works great. Just find any USB port, pop her in, and then you'll sync to this pretty quickly. And then they do throw in a USB-C charging cable. How nice of them in this day and age. So, you know, standard A to C. And then lastly, you have these little support little slips, and they actually go on your earbuds. So I'll show you how that works. Here, let's pop one of these out. What you do is you actually put this on here, and you line up left with left. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, see, there you go. Left with left. And all this does is it just kind of stabilizes it on your ear. If you're finding that it's moving around too much or anything like that, you can throw these on. I personally haven't had to use them, and I actually had to look up what they were for because they just fit so well. I didn't see a use for these things, but it is a nice, handy little thing to have there if you do need it. But yeah, that's everything that's in the box. Quick, simple, easy. There you go. Pretty straightforward unboxing. Let's just jump into the specs and talk about the headphones a little bit more. One thing you'll notice right away is the audio quality. They just sound great. I do wish you could turn them up a little bit more, but that could just be me getting old and needing my music louder, or me just being picky and wanting my music louder because of the type of music I listen to. Next thing you'll notice is how comfortable they are. I've had these on for about 7 hours straight one day, and I actually forgot a couple times that I had them on because I just had the one. Wasn't listening to anything at the time, and I'm like, oh yeah, I still have these on. I just wanted to see how long I could wear them without my ears getting sore, and I was at 7 hours and they didn't hurt at all. So that's super cool. You know, I think a big part of that is just how much they weigh and the way that they're designed. So they only weigh 8.5 grams per earbud without the boom, obviously. That's going to bump up that weight a little bit more. But at 8.5 grams, the way that they're designed, everything like that all comes together and makes it for a very comfortable listening experience, which is very, very nice and welcoming, because I've never worn headphones like this that I could wear for that long without having any issues. A neat thing about them as well is the microphone. They have built-in microphones, so each earbud has their own built-in microphone, plus you can use the boom mic. You don't need the boom mic, but I would recommend it if your focus is to use these for calls, like say you're a commuter or you're in the office or anything like that. Having this attached is going to give you way better audio for the listener on the other end, just because it is bringing the microphone closer to your mouth. Plus, you have a nice little mute button here. When you click it, it says mute, and then you click it again, and it says unmute. So handy, but not necessary. So if you're just out going for a jog or anything like that, someone calls you, you don't have the boom on, doesn't matter. You can still take the call. They'll still hear you, as you guys saw earlier in this video, which is pretty neat. Powering the headphones is a 16.2 mil dynamic driver, and that gives you that rich, clear sound that I was talking about for the audio. And tied in with that is EMEET's proprietary hyperbass technology, and that's what enhances the bass to give you a more immersive listening experience, as they put it. Another thing I think is pretty cool is the lack of sound leakage. Like, I can be listening to music or a video or anything like that, and I can have these cranked, and my wife could be sitting right next to me, and she could just barely hear what's going on, and she probably can't even really make out exactly what it is until she starts to focus on it. So if you're in any areas where you need privacy or anything like that, if you turn these down a little bit, they're going to have a real hard time listening in on any conversations or any type of audio that you might be listening to. This is a big one. The multi-point connection, where you can actually connect to two devices simultaneously. And the reason for that is because you actually get that little dongle that I showed you in the unboxing. So you can plug that into your computer, and you can have a meeting that you're doing, talking using your headphones. But then if you got a call, you could, it'll actually still notify you that you're getting the call. And then you can take that call, and it will pause your audio, like it'll switch over like seamlessly. And it was so cool. I was playing games with my friends using these, and I could hear all the game audio, and then call came through, and all I had to do is just tap the headphones and took the call, and when I was done, it swapped me back over. Very neat. And I know it's been around a while, but just another really cool thing to add to the list of cool things that EMEET did with the airflows here. UV sterilization built into the case. So this little case right here is also a UV sterilizer. So you can actually, you press the button here, and there's a little blue, there it goes. It's doing a UV sterilization. So when you put your headphones in there, you can kill the bacteria. Up to 99.99% of that bacteria, at least the common ones. None of those fancy uncommons. But again, neat feature. So they just keep adding all these features to these headphones. Like, they're just, I don't know, they just kept going. They found one thing, and then they just kept adding to it and adding to it. Super cool. Getting into the battery life. So 8 hours. So I had them on for 7 hours. Mind you, it wasn't 7 hours straight of listening. There was pauses. And like I said, I actually stopped the music at one point and forgot they were on there. But you can have up to 8 hours per earbud, depending on, your listening habits. And then this case gives you up to 40 hours of charging. So if you needed to flip-flop, you could do 8 hours in one ear. That one dies, put it in the case, take out 8 hours. By then, this one's going to be good, and you could just keep going back and forth. Like if you're in meetings or anything like that and you didn't need two headphones, I would recommend two. It's obviously gets you more immersive experience, but you can get a lot of playback time if you're smart about it. So yeah, they're going to get a lot of use. They've already replaced my bulky headphones that I use for gaming just because of how comfortable they are. And plus now I can hear how loud I am, which is super cool because sometimes when I'm gaming with the buds and stuff, you get a little bit loud, especially when you have like the big headphones on. You can't hear how loud you're being. Wearing these, I can hear exactly how loud I am. So I'm sure my wife appreciates that very much. We're not done. we're not done. We have IPX5 water resistance, so it withstands your sweat and like a light rain. Obviously, you're not going to want to soak these. You're not going to want to dunk them in water or anything like that. But if you're out for a jog, you get all sweaty or it starts raining or anything like that, as long as you're not going to soak them up, you should be good to go. So another nice feature that they threw in. You have your touch control. So on the earbud itself, you can actually touch that little bit. Trying to get the light. I think I'm too far away from that. There you go. Where it says EMEET, you can tap that, and depending on how many times you tap it, you can actually change all that stuff in the app. Again, we'll take a look at that in a second. Okay, all right. But you can actually change, one tap to play, to pause, and that will actually work in your computer as well. So if you're listening to Spotify or watching a movie or anything like that, you can actually play and pause your YouTube videos, your Spotify or anything like that through your headphones. Just, I don't know, maybe I've been out of touch for so long that I didn't know that it was that simple to have all these nice little features rolled into something as easy as your headphones. But that's where you can do your volume, answer calls, end calls, play, pause, voice assistant, all those fun things. You can do it just by tapping your ear. Handy dandy. These, like, if you're wondering who these are built for, like pretty much anyone, like professionals who need communication through calls or meetings, anything like that. People who just need something more comfortable, people who game, who don't want to be too loud, like myself. Or if you want more awareness, like say you're out jogging and you want to hear what's going on around you a little bit more, but you also want to have some tunes going. Or if you're working in an environment where you have to hear people talk to you, but again, you want to be ready for a call, or you just want to have a podcast running or anything like that, having something like these, you can do that. Like I can hear everything that's going on around me way easier than any type of like super noise cancel-y headphones. So they have their place. Obviously, they're not going to cancel the noise for you personally, like, because I can hear everything that's going around me. So don't get them if you're trying to drown the noise outside. What they're good for is keeping your audio to yourself, making it comfortable, and as all those other features we were talking about, great calls and the noise canceling for the other party on the other end. Very neat. Speaking of the app, circling back to the app, I should say, why don't we take a look at that right now? Okay, first thing, this is what you're going to see when you log into the app or open the app. It's going to pull you up to your AirFlows if you don't have any other EMEET products that are using this app. But here it is. It shows your battery life for your left and your right headphones. Obviously, I've been using my right one a little bit longer. And then it shows you the how much battery is left in the box as well. And that's 100% because I had it all plugged in and charged. Under that, you have your EQ modes. So you have your vocal, your bass boost, treble boost, and then you got classic or customize. So if you hit customize, wow, I can't talk. This is just me messing around with stuff earlier. I didn't actually really do anything, but you can change the different frequencies in order to give you the audio that you want. If you're not quite sure or you don't know a lot about audio, a little bit of Googling will get you set up, or you just go through and slide each one until they sound good and whatever you want. Pretty straightforward. Under that, you have your skip, your volume, your play, everything. So if you are listening to music and you're in this app, you can, do those adjustments here as well. It's pretty neat. Middle button down on the bottom is control. So you can actually have a music mode or your call mode. So you can change each one of them depending on what it is that you're doing. So if I want to listen to music, I can go single tap and it'll either give me no action or play pause, and then double tap. I can choose from a bunch of different ones here. We'll just put it as next. Triple tap, previous. So if I want to go to the next song, self-explanatory. And then same thing for call mode. You can actually go through single tap. You can change it to accept it or answer it or reject it, whatever you want to do. Double tap and then triple tap. Obviously, I haven't set these up yet, which now that I'm going to be using these more in my daily life, we're going to be changing some of that. Lastly, on the bottom, we have hearing care. This is just more of your reminders, like, hey, you know, you've been using these for a long time, or it's a high volume, or hey, sterilize your earbuds, you sweaty person, you. Anyways, last page here, if you actually tap on the top right, this will bring you into your settings. So you have your languages, manuals, about EMEET as a company, and, you know, all the boring stuff. Top left, the little hamburger up there, as they call it, this is where you can actually see all your current devices that would be logged in to the app itself. Obviously, I only have the AirFlows, so that's all I'm going to see. If I tap on the top right, it'll actually show me other things that I've connected to. Nate's is my computer, and then the Pixel 8 Pro is my phone. So that's kind of neat that it'll actually show you what you have synced up with. Straightforward, easy to use application. Not a lot going on, but it gives you the things and the tools that you need in order to make those changes if that's what you want to do. That's it. Okay, we've talked about the audio quality and we've talked about the specs, but let's talk about the price. At the time of this video, you could purchase the EMEET AirFlow for $179.99 US or $199.99 Canadian on either the EMEET's website or Amazon. Price point is pretty comparable to other open-ear headphones that offer the same type of features. So it definitely makes them a great option if you're looking for high-quality headphones without the discomfort of those in-ear models. I hope you found this review helpful. If so, please consider dropping a like and subscribing for more reviews. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon.